Hello and welcome to PTV's coverage of Seton Hall Athletics alongside Liam Harding. I am Jimmy Bliss, and we just witnessed the Seton Hall women's basketball team fall to the UCF Knights by a score of 68-56. And Liam, it was a sloppy game from start to end for the Pirates as they registered 18 total turnovers, 2 more at the end that I completely forgot about. Just talk about that for a few moments, Liam.
I mean, that's just sloppy basketball. Coach in the post-game interview was very unhappy about how sloppy the team played as a whole. 18 turnovers. Second half they picked it up, only 4. 5 since the end of the first half, but besides that 18 turnovers, they weren't able to capitalize on the turnovers they got and the turnovers they caused. UCF was able to capitalize in a good majority, answering back in fast break points in almost every single turnover.
And UCF had 15 fast break points in that first half versus Seton Hall's just 4. So that was really where the game was pretty much won and lost there in that first half as Seton Hall headed into halftime with a 9-point deficit. And Liam, a few of these players for Seton Hall that were accustomed to having very, very good games did not show out tonight. A few of the players that we've been accustomed to as kind of staples for this team didn't exactly live up to the billing. Who did you see that kind of had a disappointing game tonight?
Sydney Cooks, she had a dominant first quarter, 11 points, 3 rebounds, but she kind of cooled off after that. She finished the game with 11 points and I think maybe 4 rebounds. Yeah, 4 rebounds. She just didn't play that well overall. Lauren Park Lane also, averaging 19.8 points. She's leading the team in scoring. She only had, I believe, 8 points. So the two of them, they're 2 starters. Senior leadership, they're older upperclassmen. They should be able to kind of lead the team, score, and get the job done. But today they kind of faltered.
And I believe that was all because that Seton Hall did not know how to manage the zone that UCF was playing all day today. They were playing a 2-3 zone in the beginning, and then they transitioned to a 3-2 zone later on in the second quarter, and then for the remainder of the game as well. And Seton Hall did not understand how to space the floor, did not know how to go high-low in this situation and to break down this defense, and they ultimately paid a price for it. But Seton Hall did have a big injury in this game. This loss has been overshadowed by the loss of Maya Jackson, who was injured just 2 minutes into the game, got hit in the face, and we're not sure about the future of her injury status, potentially for a game on Sunday. So, Liam, speak about Maya Jackson's absence. What went wrong there?
As you said in the pregame and the halftime, she's a great defensive player, probably the best defensive player on this team. And without her, Amari Wright had to step up, and good for her. She played really well, but without your best defensive player, and she's also a pretty good scorer, though that void wasn't filled completely.
Yeah, definitely. And Maya Jackson, definitely, like you said, one of the best defensive players in the game. UCF scored 68 points tonight. They only averaged 55 all season long. So they were able to, UCF was, to get the favorable matchups, to convert on those. And that's mostly because of the absence of Maya Jackson, who, if she was on the court, would have been able to lock down some of these offensive players for UCF, limited their games, but alas, 2 minutes into the game, got hit in the face. Don't want to speculate the injury, but she did not return after just playing the first minute and a half, 2 minutes of the game. Transitioning to another player that got injured in the early parts of the game, and it looked very, very scary, Liam. Andre Espinoza-Hunter went down with a knee injury, and I think I can speak for all of us when we all thought this could be a potentially serious injury, potentially a career-threatening injury for Andre Espinoza-Hunter, but she was able to carry on, and she ended up scoring 15 points, going 6 of 13 from the field. Liam, speak about Andre Espinoza-Hunter's performance tonight.
Yeah, when she went down, I thought of the Derrick Rose when he tore his ACLs and MCLs when he was in the Chicago Bulls. So we all knew it was a very gruesome injury. She could have went very bad, but she powered through it as a senior and probably captain of the team, taking that leadership role and showing that, she's going to tough it out and play for her team and her teammates and her coach and her school really, showed well tonight.
And this is coming off of a 21-point performance against Princeton, where Andre Espinoza-Hunter had her best outing of the game. She put up 15 points today. Pretty good performance from her. Of course, maybe a shot or two should have fallen that didn't, but overall, not a bad game by Andre Espinoza-Hunter. And we are going to wrap this up with a little bit of talk about Marquette. The Golden Eagles are coming to town, Liam, on Sunday afternoon. It's going to be a huge game here in Walsh Gymnasium. Marquette, one of the best teams in the Big East, and they have been for some time now. A fantastic basketball program. Seton Hall falls to 4-5 on the season. So preview, what do you think we're going to see from Seton Hall on Sunday, and how do you think that they can slow down this very, very impressive Marquette team?
I think, for Seton Hall on Sunday, they got to, regroup and have, Sydney Cooks and Lauren Park Lane kind of talk to them, see what went wrong tonight to make sure that the same mistakes don't happen on Sunday in a key matchup against a Big East rival. And hopefully Maya Jackson will be able to play, because without her, the defense kind of was lacking tonight, and hopefully, she's able to come help score as well as help with the defense.
And that's my big takeaway too, Liam, is I think the absence of Maya Jackson, if she's unable to play on Sunday, that's going to be a huge, huge loss. Of course, we always say that she's a great defensive player, but she's also very good offensively between getting the ball in her hands and setting up a few of her teammates. She's a great leader in the locker room and as well on the court. So if she's unable to play on Sunday, it's going to be a huge loss for the Pirates. But yeah, I want to see a little bit more from Lauren Park Lane, a little bit if Maya Jackson's able to play, and maybe a little bit more from Espinoza-Hunter as well on Sunday. If Seton Hall is going to beat this Marquette team, they're going to need the duo of Lauren Park Lane and Espinoza-Hunter to play extremely well. But that's going to wrap up our coverage here at PTV for the women's basketball game against UCF. Once again, UCF defeats the Pirates 68-56. Alongside Liam Harding, I am Jimmy Bliss, and make sure you stay tuned in for Sunday's action against the Marquette Golden Eagles.